from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, December 16th, 2015. I'm Ann Gownley. Frank DeAndrea is out as Hazleton City Police Chief, or will be at the end of the week. DeAndrea said he's been notified earlier this week by Mayor-elect Jeff Cassat that he will not be retained as police chief. With 2 weeks vacation scheduled well in advance, DeAndrea's last day as chief is Friday. According to Cassat, the decision was, quote, very difficult. First Lieutenant Ken Zaposki is the contact for the police-related issues for now. Today, the man who hired DeAndrea for the city, current Mayor Joe Iannuzzi, spoke with us about this decision.
I just want to let the public know that I hired Frank over 3 years ago, and he did such an outstanding job in restructuring the police department and his relationship with the public and the press, that he made it such a professional department, was renewing everything from vehicles all the way down to clothing. We have all brand new. It's in a great position right now. It's a great force with great personnel, and that's all due to what Frank DeAndrea has done for the Hazleton Police Department, and I just wanted to publicly thank him for all his efforts.
Cassat has also confirmed that Paterson, New Jersey Police Commissioner Jerry Spizzali took part in civil service agility testing, leading to some speculation that he'll be named the next police chief. Cassat was at a mayoral cabinet meeting in Paterson today. The thought of taking a loan again is in the minds of some members of the Hazleton Area School Board. Business manager Tony Reba presented for discussion a proposal to take a $10 million line of credit to continue operations through the budget stalemate. That would meet payroll through February. It's also down from the original proposal of $31 million, which the board rejected a few weeks ago. The vote on the new proposal will come Thursday night. Luzerne County Council adopted a budget last night with no tax hike. Before adopting it, Council made about $8.5 million in cuts to the proposal submitted by outgoing manager Bob Lawton. That original proposal also dramatically raised property taxes. The revised budget was adopted by a 7-4 vote. The property tax millage rate for 2016 will remain at 5.7 mils. Among the casualties of the cuts were a $5.75 million contribution that was planned for the reserve fund. That leaves the fund balance with $425,000. The budget included raises to management positions, some of which had gone 7 years without a raise. Council also added 3 positions to the public defender's office, an assistant public defender, and 2 clerks and stenographers. Chief Public Defender Stephen Greenwald had asked for 5. Luzerne County Council picked the search committee, which will look for a new county manager. It is Carmen Ambrizio, Jean Carmani, Robert Fisher, Gerald O'Donnell, and Michael Gamber. Ambrizio also was a CEO of the Wyoming Valley Alcohol and Drug Services, an organization he helped start. Kamani was a superintendent in the Old Ford School District and an assistant professor at Wilkes University. Fisher has worked in healthcare management consulting. O'Donnell is the former president and chief operating officer at Motor World Automotive Group, Incorporated in Wilkes-Barre. Gamber worked 23 years with the Navy, managing operations at several naval facilities in Washington, D.C. He was also involved in the original drive for the Home Rule. Council also formally accepted manager Bob Lawton's resignation. That takes effect on New Year's Day. Now to the borough of West Hazleton, where council there approved its 2016 budget at last night's meeting. The $2.27 million budget was voted on unanimously by council members. Property taxes will remain at 4.38 mils for 2016. The borough also paid off an $800,000 state loan that was used to exit Act 47. It reduced the debt service millage rate that allows the borough to invest in other projects like helping out the police department.
Has passed. There is no tax increase, and we have increases in our police department, possibly another full-time employee we're going to put there. and maybe a secretary up there to keep the officers on the street instead of them coming back and getting accident reports and paperwork for people. It's going to keep the police on the street where they should be.
Garbage bids can also be resubmitted at next month's reorganizational meeting.
We rejected the garbage bids that we did receive, and we're going to rebid them as soon as possible, and they will be opened at our January 4th reorganization / special meeting that we're going to have. Hopefully we'll take care of all our garbage issues at that time.
Council members also thanked the West Hazelton Fire Department on their annual Santa Claus project. The reorganization meeting will take place at 6 p.m. on January 4th at the community center. 3 people from Wilkes-Barre were charged with drug felony trafficking. They are 54-year-old William Jones of North Hancock Street in Wilkes-Barre, 36-year-old James Lane of Cary Avenue in Wilkes-Barre, and 25-year-old Darrell Robinson of East Northampton Street in Wilkes-Barre. The arrests were the result of a cooperative effort between the Wyoming State Police and the Wilkes-Barre Anti-Crime Unit. In addition to the arrests, investigators seized quantities of heroin, crack cocaine, and proceeds from drug trafficking. All 3 were sent to the Luzerne County Prison for lack of bail. Jerry Sandusky can keep his pension. The state employees retirement system spokesman will not appeal the Commonwealth Court's decision, which allowed him to keep it. SERS plans to work with Sandusky's lawyers to figure out how much he's owed. Sandusky will eventually resume collecting his $4,900 a month pension payments that ended when he was sentenced in October 2012 to 30 to 60 years in prison for sexual abuse of boys. The Pension System Board had cited Sandusky's crimes as the basis for his pension forfeiture. But the court ruled it was wrong to classify Sandusky as a university employee at the time. Sandusky maintains his innocence and is pursuing appeals. PennDOT's Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign began today, and it will run until New Year's holiday. Today, WYLN spoke with Mike Toludo, safety press officer with PennDOT, about the campaign that has been going on for several years.
The local law enforcement agencies throughout northeastern Pennsylvania, including the state police and local police, will be out there doing DUI checkpoints, looking for aggressive drivers, distracted drivers, seatbelts, and texting and driving.
If you were to get pulled over during this campaign and are in violation, the fines are doubled. Toledo says this campaign is held each year to help save lives and to make people more aware of the dangers of drinking and driving.
We just want people that this year Christmas falls on a Friday, so that gives people several days to party and enjoy their family. So we want them to enjoy their family, so to be safe and do not drink and drive. Again, like I said, wear your seatbelt, do not text and drive, and if you have children riding in your car, make sure they're in the proper child carrier.
For more information on the campaign, you can visit penndot.gov. Longtime Hazelton Code Enforcement Officer Rick Weck died suddenly Monday, shortly after completing his workday. He suffered a heart attack. Weck had been employed for the city since the 1990s. A list of city officials have expressed sorrow and shock. Rick Weck was just 61 years old. Hazelton's Fire Chief Donald Leschko wrote a lengthy message on his Facebook page this morning. In part, it read, quote, "There is not enough words I can write to describe you or honor you, but the hard work and trust you gave every day made Hazelton a better place. You made a difference. No matter how big or small, you made a difference. You showed even more of why you are an honorable man in being an amazing father, husband, and all-out family man," unquote. Many of us here at WYLN worked with Rick on a few stories and are saddened to hear of his death. And from everyone here at WYLN, we offer our sincere condolences to his family and friends. Well, it's time now for a first look at our forecast. A chilly December day today, and it may only get colder as the days pass on. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbachik's in the Weather Center with the details. Joe, how low will those temperatures go?
Well, it's going to get very cold before all is said and done, especially as we head into this upcoming weekend. Nothing to show you across the Northeast, just an increase in clouds, some precipitation out toward the west. Some of that's going to spread toward the east, but right now it is kind of quiet. We don't have to worry about any precipitation. Temperature-wise, still over the past 24 hours, 40s and 50s. Not bad for this time of year. Even temperature-wise right now, not bad. 42 New Angola, 45 in Berwick, and 45 in Bloomsburg. We'll talk about the complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, the Schuylkill County Commissioners passed a budget this morning. Find out from our Gary Perna what the budget entails and if there is a tax increase for the county. Plus, we'll have the story on the ribbon cutting at the Hazelton parking garage today. Stay tuned. More news is headed your way only on WYLN.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
The Victoria story's a glorious story, the sweetest that's ever been told. They found they were handy at making fine candy for family and friends to behold. Word spread through the land that Victoria's candies would one day be leading the rest. Now that day is here, for the facts are quite clear that Victoria's candies are best.
Combined Insurance makes it easy to protect you and your loved ones by paying cash directly to you when you need it most. Whether you're looking for accident and sickness, disability, or life coverage, Combined Insurance has a policy to meet your needs and fit your budget. Call John Ravello, 570-499-0504 for an appointment to help determine the best coverage for you. That's John Ravello, 570-499-0504.
Residents in Schuylkill County will not see a tax increase in 2016. WYLN's Gary Perna has more.
Schuylkill County has a spending plan in place for 2016, and there is no tax increase for residents. The county commissioners voted to accept the budget at this morning's meeting to keep the spending where it is for the next year.
Today we adopted the 2016 budget, again without a tax increase. We've been fortunate here in Schuylkill County that we've only had one tax increase in the last 11 years, and that's a reflection on the challenge that we send out to all of our department heads and our row officers and all of our employees, and we ask to work in the most fiscally responsible way that they possibly can, and they have lived up to the challenge, and fortunately for us, we've been in a very good financial position, especially with what's going on right now with the state budget, and we are in a little better position than most counties.
Stoudemire said all the staff and department heads worked non-stop to get the budget in shape and have no tax increases.
A lot of planning and hard work, and fortunately we have a healthy reserve fund, and the state hopefully will get their budget passed in the very near future, because everyone is starting to feel the pinch.
Another big topic at the meeting was the county prison, and according to the commissioners, the prison passed its latest inspection by the Department of Corrections.
Every year the Department of Corrections comes in and does their annual survey of the prison, of our jail. And I have to give credit to our staff, to our leadership over at the prison. The Department of Corrections on the exit survey they had done had told us that probably this is the best survey they have had in years. So we have some real positive motion of what's going on at the prison. We've addressed the areas that we needed to improve, and we're constantly looking for best practices in order to improve the services that we provide.
The county had to remove some prisoners because of overcrowding. They were able to do so by moving some of those prisoners to other prisons in the area. In Pottsville, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Thank you, Gary. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast, plus a look at the Hazelton Parking Garage's ribbon cutting ceremony. That and much more, including sports, is coming up here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik of WYLN TV 35. I want to wish everyone out there a very Merry Christmas and a blessed and happy and prosperous New Year.
You've lived with it for too long. That recurring joint or muscle pain that makes everyday tasks a strain and repetitive movement almost impossible. Why put it off? The sooner you seek treatment, the more options you'll have. The faster you'll be back in full stride. The latest non-surgical solutions. The region's only nationally ranked program. That's Orthopedics in Action at Lehigh Valley Health Network.
Did you know that suicide rates are on the rise in Luzerne and Wyoming counties? Did you know that over 100 Americans commit suicide every day? And did you know that you can help prevent suicide? I'm Jeffrey Waugh, and I'm here to tell you there is help. If you or someone you know is depressed, dial 800-273-TALK or the emergency helpline at 211. For more information and suicide prevention tips, visit any of these websites. Together, we can save lives.
Hi, I'm Donna Palermo, Secretary of Palermo Heart to Heart. We are now recruiting businesses, nonprofits, and individuals who carry beads of courage to encourage children or teens who have cancer or who are coping with other serious chronic illnesses to participate in the program. Inside each Carry a Bead kit is a matched bead set. Every time you carry a bead, you connect with the child. You keep and collect the other bead as a symbol of your commitment to care. If you or your business would like to participate in Beads of Courage, please visit our website listed on the screen.
Well, we got some cold weather to talk about as we head into this upcoming weekend. Prior to that, we've been dealing with temperatures above where we should be for this time of year. Onto the graphic for today, and you'll be able to see for yourself that, yeah, we've still been dealing with those above average temperatures across our area. But again, that's going to come to an end as we start going into this upcoming weekend, as some colder air is definitely on the move. Live 35 Skycast Doppler, nothing to show you. From Wilkes-Barre through Scranton, through Berwick, Bloomsburg, Danville, and Williamsport, all points remaining dry. We're at 40 degrees, our live Lehigh tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton. Winds coming in, averaging about 5 to as much as 10 miles per hour. 47 now, Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, 42 in Mount Pocono, 47 in Williamsport, and in the lower 50s out there in Pittsburgh. Still in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees in the Wyoming Valley area. Satellite and radar at the increasing clouds across the northeast. Some showers out toward the west. Before all is said and done, we're going to be looking at some of those coming into our area as we progress through tomorrow. Chance of some rain coming through. Still on the mild side. However, by the ending part of the week, and notice Friday morning we'll still be up into the 40s, but by the weekend, that's when it's going to change. We're going to be looking at some very cold temperatures. Going into Thursday, still kind of mild. It's going to be wet. Not going to have to worry about any frozen precipitation, any of that, way up toward the north. But we're going to be looking at that rain advancing. And then once that rain comes through, that's going to really bring in those colder temperatures as we start going into our Friday, our Saturday, even as we start going into our Sunday. Temperatures are only going to be in the 30s for daytime highs. Extended forecast looking like this, and what we can expect over the next couple of days. I got 45 for tomorrow in the 30s as we go into our Friday and Saturday and Sunday. A little bit milder for Monday, and then going in next week it does get mild again. Some showers around by the middle part of the week, with temperatures getting up actually into the 50s. Our daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers: a pick 205, the pick 3 405, and a pick 47352. The pick 5 numbers looking like this: 16962, and a treasure hunt numbers 5, 6, 10, 13, and 29. Stick around, we'll have a lot more for you coming up after these commercial messages.
Family owned and operated, the experienced professionals at Lehigh Tire have served the residents of the greater Hazleton area for over 55 years. From our full line of passenger, light truck, and commercial tires to our automotive services, including tune-ups, inspections, oil changes, and alignments.
Every time I've ever done business here, they've been very polite, straightforward, and the job gets done quickly and right.
Find the right tire for the right price today at Lehigh Tire.
Join us this week for a very special Christmas edition of the Let's Talk Chiropractic. We've got some family friends and a very, very special guest. It's all coming up this week. It's Let's Talk Chiropractic with Santa. Join us.
Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
A grand opening celebration took place today in downtown Hazleton. Our Julie Stefanovich has the details.
Several years ago, the city of Hazleton received a local shared account grant from gaming revenues. Mayor Joey Nuzzi decided to use the money to revitalize the area of Laurel and Broad Streets in Hazleton. On the list was the over 40-year-old parking garage. It was refurbished and is now open to the public.
Project came into play. It was falling apart. We dissolved the parking authority. We took it over, but it was deplorable. So we came in and took $1,750,000 of that money and moved it over here to do parking. The most important thing for downtown development is to have parking, and now we do have parking.
The renovations to the garage started in the fall of 2014 and was completed just a short time ago. The Gottstein Corporation did concrete repairs, railing replacement, along with the deck ceiling and handicap accessibility.
And today's the grand opening, where the public could use the stair towers and the elevators. Approximately 215 cars will be able to fit in this garage. There is a set time for the parking attendant. However, the garage is open for parking 24/7. I'd like to commend the contractors who did all the fine work here at the garage. They did a fantastic job.
Another feature that the garage offers is easy access to the adjoining building.
The most important thing is the crossover from the Markle to the garage. We extended this area up another level and tied it together, so now you can come out of the Markle, get into the elevator, come down and go into any parking space you want.
The D'Angelo brothers will be bringing 80 to 100 employees to its downtown headquarters within the next year to use the parking facility. It will be open 24 hours, 7 days a week, and parking is also available to the public. Spaces can be rented on a first-come, first-served basis for those who are interested. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. Coming up next, Eric DeBardinas is in with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacek will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from myself and my family, Frank Vito, my wife Deborah, and all of our children in Frankie's Pizzeria.
WYLN is proud to announce a huge technical upgrade to our channels that will bring a better digital picture and expanded coverage area to viewers all over northeastern and central Pennsylvania. In addition to Channel 35.1 in Hazleton, you can watch a crystal clear picture in Berwick and Columbia County on Channel 47.1 and in East Stroudsburg on Channel 24.1. And we're proud to announce Pennsylvania's newest TV station, Channel 9.1 in Williamsport, serving Lycoming, Montour, Northumberland, and Union counties. Now more than ever, WYLN is your local network.
Join us this season for holiday programming on WYLN, featuring the Chef Lou Christmas, Holiday Traditions, Holiday Baking with Jen Yamola, The Sounds of the Season, From Saint to Claus, Hometown Holiday, The Your Life Christmas Special, Can Do Christmas, Polka Connection Christmas, and the Service Electric Wilkes-Barre Christmas Parade. Check out our website at WYLNTV.com for dates and times. WYLN, your home for the holidays station.
Pennsylvania with a reputation for producing top national field hockey talent, and that exhibited on the local level today with the release of the high school All-American teams. 6 of 16 first-teamers voted on by the National Field Hockey Coaches Association were from Pennsylvania, including 2 Wyoming Valley Conference stars. Bridget Wood, who led Coughlin to states and will attend Boston College next fall, makes the list, and so does Crestwood's Lizzie DeSoy, who helped the Lady Comets get back to state's Final Four and will attend Maryland. In the past 5 days, Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins have underwent plenty of change, and that trend continues. After their head coach left for Pittsburgh on Saturday, late Tuesday, the big league Pens called up forwards Connor Sheary and Kevin Porter, along with goalie Matt Murray. Sheary was tied for the Baby Pens team lead in points, while Murray had compiled a 12-4 record and sub-2 goals allowed average in net. First place Wilkes-Barre-Scranton with a matchup in Lehigh Valley tonight before returning to Mohegan Sun Arena on Friday to take on Toronto. And last night, following a Wisconsin men's basketball victory, Wilkes University grad and Wisconsin head coach Bo Ryan abruptly announced his retirement. Ryan played point guard for the Colonels from 1965 to 1969 and later achieved success with the Badgers. He retires with 747 victories and Final Four appearances in the last 2 seasons, including a national championship game appearance last April. Stay tuned. Coming up, Joe Garbacik is in with a final look at the forecast.
Victoria story's a glorious story, the sweetest that's ever been told. They found they were handy at making fine candy for family and friends to behold. Word spread through the land that Victoria's candies would one day be leading the rest. Now that day is here, for the facts are quite clear that Victoria's candies are best.
Tune in each week to WYLN TV 35 to watch the #1 Hazleton-based broadcasted television talk show, The Storm, hosted by Tiffany Cloud. Candidates, politicians, community leaders, and more appear on The Storm when they want to be heard. New shows air Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and these additional airtimes. Only on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network. Need help finding gifts for friends and family this year? Watch WYLN's Holiday Shopping Showcase premiering Black Friday, November 27th. Check your local listings for broadcast times. Let us help you find that perfect gift this holiday season.
Well, it's quiet across the Northeast, and that's going to be the case even as we head into the overnight hours. Things not shaping up to be too bad. Temperatures have been above where we should be for this time of year, but as we go into the weekend, things are going to change. Temperatures are going to get much colder, and before all is said and done, we're not going to get out of the 30s. So we've got some rain heading in our direction as we head into tomorrow, and that's going to be followed by some colder temperatures as we progress through the ending part of the week and as we head into this upcoming weekend. Extended forecast looking like this, and what we can expect over the next several days. 45 for tomorrow, and then after that, boy, I tell you what, we are only going to be in the 30s. It's going to be very cold out there right through the entire weekend, but just as quick as it's cold those days, indications are it's going to get mild once again. It's going to start to warm up. We're going to be looking at temperatures in the 40s, and by the middle part of next week, looks like we can be looking at temperatures actually getting up into the 50s. That's not bad.
So it's like we're on the carousel again. We just keep going around and around. And all right, sounds good. Joe Madden.
He's here.
Yeah, he is here. He is here, and you were there earlier today down with him, and you have the whole weekend planned.
Really cool today, just talking with a bunch of baseball minds and really teaching local coaches a lot of things that they might not know, and Joe Madden saying that he learns stuff on a daily basis. So just a really cool opportunity today. The baseball focus and then the community focus comes later in the week.
All right, and you will have a half-hour show on that, kind of the culmination of the entire weekend and Joe Madden's visit. And there up on your screen now, you can see all of the exciting events. You can make sure if you want to take part in it, head on out. And I know tomorrow there's the press conference, and we'll have some of that too.
Great auction on Friday night.
Yeah, they're always really good auctions. There's a lot of good prizes.
I might see what they have to offer this year.
All right.
Always some good stuff.
Maybe we could all get in on something and see if we could win.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Right, Joe?
That's right. There you go.
right, sounds good. Thanks, Eric, and we look forward to all of that. Have a good one.